Assalamu alaikum. My dear students, how are you? I hope you all are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. Today I am in front of you with a very important class, and very important class for you. And my today's topic is transformation of sentence. My today's topic is transformation of sentence. And today I will try to discuss how to change an assertive sentence into an imperative sentence. How to change an assertive sentence into an imperative sentence. That means assertive to imperative. Assertive to imperative. Now, who can tell me what is an imperative sentence? Who can tell me what is an imperative sentence? Anyone in the class? Okay, an imperative sentence includes request, order, command, advice, and an imperative sentence doesn't have any subject, doesn't have any particular subject. So let us try some rules how to change an imperative sentence into an assertive sentence. At first, try to see the statement. You go there. You go there. Here this is an assertive sentence and we have to turn it into an imperative sentence. This is an assertive sentence and we have to turn it into an imperative sentence. We see that here the statement begins with second person. Here the statement begins with second person, and if the assertive sentence begins with second person, you will have to just omit the person, second person. I mention it again. If the statement begins with second person, you have to just omit the second person and then it will turn into an imperative sentence. Go there. There is no subject in the statement. Go there. If the statement begins with second person, you have to just omit the second person and then it will turn into an imperative sentence. So the answer will be go there. Again, if we see that you should go there. You should go there. What will be the answer? Try to guess. You should go there. Here there is a modal auxiliary. Here there is a modal auxiliary and the statement begins with the second person you. Second person you. So what will be the answer? Here the rule is if there is an auxiliary verb, in a statement sentence or assertive sentence, and if the statement begins with second person, and if there is an auxiliary verb, you have to just omit the subject and the auxiliary verb. At first we learn if the statement begins with second person, we have to omit the second person, and if we find an auxiliary verb after second person, we have to omit fully the subject and the auxiliary verb, and the answer will be again go there. So we have learned that if there is an auxiliary verb in a statement begins with second person, we have to just omit the person and the auxiliary verb. Again, if we see that you should not go there. You should not go there. What is the difference between these two sentences? Here we see that the statement is negative. And here the statement is affirmative. If the statement is negative, and begins with second person. I mention it again. If the statement begins with second person and if it is negative, we have to use don't. We have to use don't to make it imperative. Don't go there. Don't go there. So my dear students, I will give you some exercise to solve. Try to solve it carefully, please. You attend your class regularly. You should attend your class regularly. You should not attend your class regularly. Now try to solve these three sentences and try to turn it into an imperative sentence, please. My dear students, try to turn it into an imperative sentence. All the three sentences begin with the second person. Begin with the second person. So try to solve it, please. Okay, my dear students. Here there is no auxiliary verb and the statement is affirmative, so we have to just omit. We have to just omit the second person. Attend your class regularly. Attend your class regularly. Then we see that there is an auxiliary verb and it begins with second person you. So we have to omit the person and the auxiliary verb. Person and the auxiliary verb. And the answer will be the same. Attend your class regularly. In the third sentence, we see that the statement is negative and begins with second person and begins with second person. So we have to use just don't. Don't attend your class regularly. Don't attend your class regularly. I think you have understood my point. Now I will try to discuss how to turn an assertive sentence into an imperative sentence with the subject first person and second person. Here there is a statement, I buy it. I buy it. Now we see that here the subject is not the second person and it begins with first person I. It begins with first person I. If the statement is other than second person, we have to apply different method to turn it into an imperative sentence. If the subject is other than second person, we have to apply different method to turn it into an imperative sentence. Let us see the structure. Let subject plus if the statement contains first person or third person, If the statements or if the subject is first person or second person, we have to apply this structure to turn it into an imperative sentence. My dear students, try to memorize the structure. Try to memorize the structure. At first, we have to take let, then objective form of the subject. That means here the subject is I, and we have to take me as the objective form of the subject I, then base form of the verb, and extension. So we have to apply this structure. At first, let. Okay, then objective form of the subject. Objective form of I is me. Let me. Base form of the verb is buy. Let me buy it. Let me buy it. Okay, let us see another example. He does the work. Try to solve it. He does the work. Try to solve it, please. Try to solve it, please. He does the work. Try to turn it into an imperative sentence. Here we see that the subject is not the second person and it is third person. So try to apply the structure, please. Try to apply the structure. Try to apply the structure. Here we see that the subject is third person. So we have to take let at first. Let, objective form of the subject is him. Let him. And we have to take the base form of the verb, and the base form is do, not does. Let him do the work. Let him do the work. Okay, my dear students, I will give you some another exercise to solve. We should respect our parents. They can solve it. Asif finishes the work. So try to solve these three statements and try to turn it into an imperative sentence, please. We should respect our parents. They can solve it. Asif finishes the work. Try to memorize the structure and try to solve it, please. Here we see that the statement begins with first person. So we have to apply at first let. Objective form of the subject is us. There is no space for the auxiliary verb in the structure. There is no space for the auxiliary verb in the structure. So we have to omit the auxiliary verb. Let us. Base form of the verb is respect. Let us respect our parents. In the second statement, we see that the statement begins with the third person they. Third person they. So we have to use let. Let, objective form of the subject is them. Let them. There is no space for the auxiliary verb. Let them solve it. And in the third sentence, there is a third person, so we have to apply let. Let Asif Best form of the verb is finish. Let Asif finish the work. Let Asif finish the work. I will try to give you some homework to solve it in your home. He tries to solve the problem. Number 1. Number 2. They should visit me. Number 3. You don't do it. Number 4. Rohim comes here. Number 5. I should read it. So my dear students, this is your homework. Try to solve it and send the answer of the 5 statements into my inbox and I will check it. So today, Allah Hafiz. See you later.